Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. I have been told in between episodes that the center area here updates whenever we update the main story. So, every time we update the main story, we should basically run around it and see if there's anything new to find.
I always keep my options
find
open.
out if there is anything new to find here. We'll just do the same loop that we've... Oh, another one of these. I'm going to skip these from now on just because it's the same thing each time and it's slightly quicker to skip. Right. Oh, that's Owlcat. Okay. The Aeldari runs a hand over her face before turning to you. I've been given some clarity on the Aeldari stuff. So the Aeldari is the race name, but the race effectively split at some point into the Asuryani and the Drukhari. So, Aeldari could refer to either of them in theory, right? So, the fact that this place was an Aeldari port simply means that it was made by one or the other, or it was made before the split. That's essentially all they were going for here. Her pale skin is tightly stretched over the bones of her skull, her eyes have lost their glimmer, and her neck is stooped under an unseen burden. And yet you still recognize her. Owlcat Games, your former companion and the reason for your imprisonment within these dark walls. Were we sure that she was the reason for our imprisonment? I mean, it was implied, but it was also implied when we were in the weird hallucinogenic state, so I'm not 100% sure. But maybe she'll give us some answers. Owlcat glances at you, her eyes widening slightly. That is the only change you detect in her tense expression. Whatever emotions she may be feeling, she is suppressing them well. Elentak. I'm going to look at the Drukhari surrounding Owlcat. What is going on here? Step back, Elentak, Owlcat says in a trembling, barely audible voice. You have suffered enough. One of the Xenos who were watching Owlcat torture the silent victim steps forward. Did the monkey come for a taste of pain? Then you must have patience. Our little guest still has so much suffering to extract from her first victim. Your prey is far from empty, Owlcat. Do not hold back. Okay, so is this maybe how a Drukhari becomes a Drukhari? They inflict pain, and that pain it was saying that they needed to feed upon in the arena, right? So that then turns them into a Drukhari in some way? Okay. Owlcat grips the blade in her hand and immediately winces. Her spirit stone is emanating a red glow. She touches it with an expression of anguish. The suffering overwhelms me. No more. I cannot bear it any longer. Okay. Why are you doing this? I intend to find a way out of this place. What about you? Suffering, you say, perfect. Show me how much more you're willing to suffer for a chance of forgiveness. I can rip the blade out of Owlcat's hands and kill the Drukhari who just spoke. Owlcat is mine, you cannot have her. Kill Owlcat or leave her. I will not intrude in Xenos affairs. Farewell. I'm going to say, why are you doing this to her? Our little guest is learning the art she and her kin lost aeons ago. The Drukhari gloats in a cloying tone of voice. The art of delight unhampered by meaningless taboos. The art of extracting rapture from another's flesh against the will of its owner. The art of walking the path of the Drukhari. Isn't that right, my lost Asuryani? The path of the Drukhari? Owlcat echoes the Xenos' words, and the sound of her voice is as feeble and hollow as an echo. Once Owlcat opens her soul to our ways, she will have a home once more, among our kind. If she refuses, well, then she will have to give up the bauble she wears as a flimsy shield against she who thirsts. But there is no cause for alarm. When we are done here, our little sister will need her spirit stone no longer. Okay, interesting. So, it sounds like if you are an Asuryani, from what we're hearing here, and I'm just trying to piece together lore that is probably far beyond the scope of the game, but if you're Asuryani, it sounds like you need the spirit stone to protect against she who thirsts, which I believe is Slanesh, the chaos god, effectively. So, the stone helps protect against it. So that must be the path the Asuryani took. The other path is the Drukhari, I'm guessing the feeding on suffering is the way that they gain their power to protect against she who thirsts. I'm not sure, or maybe they embraced she who thirsts. That's probably it. It's more of an embracing of... I see as kind of the chaos god of, like, hedonism. So, I guess, you know, these kind of weird arena fights might actually play into it a little bit. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Anyway, Urlet, I intend to find a way out of this place. What about you? Her gaze is incredulous. Are you inviting me to come with you? Inviting me to the stars, Elentak? The Drukhari grabs Urlet by the shoulder. You are losing focus, sister. Your spirit stone is at Urlet is swift and precise. The blade pierces the Drukhari's throat and he collapses, clutching the wound and drenching the floor of his blood. That did not take very much convincing to get her on our side. Her kin move to draw their weapons but freeze, transfixed by the sight of their brother thrashing in agony. Enough. It's hard to tell whether Urlet is shouting or wailing. Enough of this senseless, aimless torture. This is not my path, and it never will be. She turns to you with a faint glimmer of hope in her gaunt face. But first I must ask, Elentak, after what I did, drive away the night of my blindness with the morning rays of clarity, have you truly found the strength to forgive me? Okay, so she definitely did betray us. That was not part of our weird hallucinogenic dream. Your reasons make no difference, I forgive you. We will have a word about your deeds, however now is the time to leave. I will take whatever help I can to escape. You will not find forgiveness. Or kill or let. We will have a word about your deeds. Now, however, it is time to leave. I think that is a fair response. Urlet nods wearily. You are right. Explanations and understanding are now ours to pursue. And yet, your willingness to take me back astounds me, Elentak, and it frightens me in equal part. Asoyan, heed my word. I will not fail your faith in me again. The spirit stone in her breast flashes and slowly dims. And now let us walk away from the nightmares and that sink their stings into the darkest recesses of my ravaged soul. Oh, they just left. Apart from this guy, he's like, yeah, I don't care, I'm gonna stay. Okay. We have just got Urlet. Well, that's good. Hey, I have some armor for you. Now, you could say that this is Drukhari armor, and that would be correct. So this armor deals piercing damage to any target in melee range whenever the wearer makes a melee attack. Deflection if the wearer's weapon skill is more than 65. You know, to be honest, it's not even worth equipping now that I look at it. You can have the Eldari long rifle that I picked up. That seems pretty useful. Yeah, I suppose you could have this one as well, although, like, let's be honest, you're never going to use it, but yeah, why don't you have that as well for now? Okay, well, I believe we have 2 level ups for you, don't we? Or maybe 1 level up? Let's see. Oh no, I clicked it while saving. Oh, the game didn't crash. That's good. Common thing here. Okay. Take advanced skill awareness, that would be very good. I do like that we now have somebody with high awareness around, although I'd prefer, yeah, somebody with, you know, tech use so I could open all these chests. Just seeing what we got here. We could take characteristics trainings. Of course, she has no negative stats currently. Drukhari weapon proficiency I don't think is actually needed. I kind of like advanced skill awareness. It's something that we like. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons for taking her. So let's do it. She now has high awareness and she'll re-roll failed awareness checks. Also, I just realized we're 1 level. Well, yes, we're 2 levels technically, but we're 1 level away from having finished an archetype, and then 2 levels away from getting whatever exemplar is, which I have no idea. Everyone gets exemplar though, so not really sure what that means. Okay. I also gotta say, combat has become a lot easier. Now that we have effectively an debuffed Urlet, right? Like, Abelard being debuffed is a problem. Argenta was doing great work, but now we have Argenta and Urlet. Combat is going to become very easy. Oh. Yeah, okay, whatever. Right. moving on. I don't really want to go to the commissar just yet. I just wanted to walk over here. That's fine. Beggar died. Oh, he's got loot. Although I guess I don't need to be quite as worried about grabbing every single piece of loot. Also, wait a second. If when we grabbed the knife in the conversation, it would have given us the knife. However, when she stabbed someone with the knife, she didn't get to keep it. Oh, it's the weird thing with wings again. And another dead body. Oh. Oh no, fragments.
Success is the only outcome I
An empty
accept.
vial is lying on the ground. It contains repetropine, a stimulant that heightens one's perception of moving objects but hinders the ability to see stationary objects. Okay. The beggar's corpse is disfigured by bony growths. Eyes, mouths, and tentacles are constantly appearing and disappearing in the ocean of his flesh. It's difficult to mistake warped distortion of this severity for anything else. There's another beggar crawling around. Are you about to die? Yeah, it's searing pain. That's fine. Oh! Loot. Okay. More just beggars of various types.
In the dust.
Right there.
Medicate on the fresh corpse. I would love to. The problem with this is that if we fail... let's do it. Just don't fail.
I always get the job done.
Reaver's tendons. Tendons enhanced with synthetic thread, 10 times more resilient than regular tissue, and capable of withstanding tremendous strain during flight. One of the corpses in the pile catches your eyes. You manage to cut the synthetic sinew, an expensive augment, out of the Reaver's broken body. Okay. We have a couple of these things now, right? Yeah, so we have some Arena Beast claws, Cameline skin, and the Reaver's tendons. There's got to be a moment that we can upgrade something with these, I'd imagine, but we'll see. Pascal! Our tech use guy. The crooked figure wrapped in crimson looks nothing like the Pascal Hanuman you know. Yeah, you know. Before, his silhouette, hunched though it may have been under the weight of his potentia coil, used to radiate authority and the power of restricted knowledge. Now he simply looks broken. His raiment is soiled with dark red bloodstains and black blotches of sacred unguents. His mechadendrites wriggle sluggishly like dying snakes. Pascal does not look at you, for his gaze is focused inside his own body. There's a horrible gaping wound in his chest, and you see glinting, clanging mechanisms squirming within. Pascal has plunged his fingers into the wide, dripping maw of the wound and is in the process of palpating his metal innards with great care. Let's look at him closely. It's difficult to say if the procedure that Pascal has undergone was torture, sacred augmentation, or vivisection. His flesh is covered in fresh sutures interspersed with wounds that no one has taken the trouble to stitch up. An ordinary human would have long since bled out, but the ferrum sanctum sustains the bodies of the adepts of the machine god. His metallic insides are exposed to the eye, in all their vulgar and naked or bloody nakedness. Alright, we're not going to kill him. Pascal, can you hear me? This statement is true, Malachi. Pascal looks up at you. His skin has gone yellowish and clammy from the lubricant-like sweat. There's something strange about the pupil of his left eye. You look closer and realize that his shape is no longer round. It is a tridecagon. What happened to you? An act of defilement. This unit was subjected to profane invasion. The dry words coming out of the Vox speaker rustle like sand. Under the cold layer of formality you sense panic. As Xenos touched my ferrum sanctum, removed parts of it, and changed other parts, branded my true flesh with ulcers of forbidden metal. What became of you after our capture? This unit was immobilized, transported to the laboratorium of the Xenos with the designation Tervantius, the Archmachinator, studied, anatomized. We've heard Tervantus before, or Tervantius. I think that's somebody we're going to be going to next. His vox begins to vibrate ominously as if he is about to burst into a hysterical scream. Then this unit was changed. Its sacred augmentations were subjected to restructuring, complete replacement, modification. Then this unit received basic medical assistance. Then this unit. The voice from the vox speaker fades to a whisper. Then he let me go. Where are the others? No data available. Optimistic projection. They are dead. Is there a way I can help you? This statement is false. The voice from the speaker becomes drier and calmer. The impure augmentations were inserted into the technical cycle of the operation of my true flesh. Their direct excision will, with an undetermined yet high degree of probability, cause the cessation of my vital functions. Pascal's fingers widen the edges of the wound. Blood mixed with sacred unguents trickles down his wax-like skin. His sunken crest contains more metal than you thought possible. You see the grey tissue of his lungs pierced by dozens of thin tubes. An unfamiliar organ made of synthetic fibre, imprisoned in a cage of protective rings. The wide cover of his respiratory system that disappears into his trembling larynx. All these augmentations are riddled with small grasps of xenotech clinging to them like rust. Okay. What exactly did they change? Detecting numerous replacements in chain of command distributors. Alterations have been made to the operational algorithm of the encoder inside my cortical augmentic. Pascal now speaks with complete indifference and calm as if reading out an inventory of spare parts at a warehouse. The chemical injector analysis has been destabilized. He falters and the hint of humanity creeps back into his voice. He sounds almost bewildered. There are other changes. I cannot understand what they are. What their function is. Why did they remold you like that? No data available. I hypothesize that the purpose behind the alterations was entertainment, curiosity. He was curious to see what was inside me, then he remade me to see what I would do next. He wanted to watch me rip his gifts out of myself. Okay. I'm going to choose 4. 3, I think, is a bad idea for his survival. 5 is obviously a bad idea for his survival. 6, I'm not entirely sure that's where we want to have things go. That's not the path. That feels like it could lead to a heretical path. I'm going to choose 4. If it does not pose an immediate threat to your life, leave the xenometal inside your body for now. We will deal with it later. Request denied due to the violation of the 9th universal law. The alien mechanism is a perversion of the true path. There is resignation in Pascal's voice. You're a warrior of comprehension. Survive, then comprehend. Stubborn fury flares in Pascal's gaze. I am a warrior of comprehension, and I will comprehend whether I survive or not. Pascal sinks his hand into the open wound, crumbles the fragile augmetic with his metal fingers and tears it out. The metal piece drags wires and veins along, causing a torrent of blood to gush forth. His internal motors screech and a cascade of convulsions buffets his body. The indicators that his potentia coil on his potential coil flash an alarm. His voice trembles with pain. Cleansing protocol initiated. The process will be completed. I'm obviously going to choose one out of these two. Now it's time to focus on regaining our freedom. Pascal's knees buckle, but there's steel ringing in his voice. Cleansing process initiated. The process will be completed. This unit is ready to serve. Praise the Omnissiah. Okay. Well, I'm glad he didn't die. That was kind of my main worry, is that he would immediately just die. However, he actually appears to be, like, not just fine, but actively good. Right now, he seems absolutely fine. Okay, well, I have some armor for you, I think. Looking at the 40. Yeah, we're looking at the 40 armor. Here we go. I have a weapon for you. You don't have your axe, which is a little unfortunate. I do have a great sword, if that would, or a heavy great sword, if that would be good. Okay. With a secondary of a I don't really have a good secondary for you, if I'm honest. I guess a trophy lasgun would probably be best. Yeah, I guess. There we go. So that's our Pascal now. Anything else we got for him? Their assassin successfully dodges or parries an enemy attack. It creates an additional opening. Well, I mean, he is an assassin. And we don't have hot on the trail. That's fine. Let's redo our formation. Something like that for now. And now we're going to level up. I don't know. What do we want here? Calculated relations is so tempting. Just to boost up our like ability to do these things. Because we don't have anyone who can. But that's fine. We'll leave that for now. What's this one? Gains bonus to dodge reduction and parry reduction with melee weapons. If an enemy dodges or parries the attack, the bonus is doubled for the next melee attack against this enemy. That's kind of cool. Yeah. And his int is, what, 6? So that's going to be 22% to dodge and parry reduction, which then gets doubled if he misses. Yeah, you know what? That's perfectly reasonable. There we go. Do a quick save. And I guess we'll keep having a look around. Well, we know who the last person is. It's Jai. We just need to figure out how we're going to get there. Oh, wait a second. We also have all of the tech stuff. Yeah, we have like all the yeah, we have all the tech use checks everywhere, and his tech is actually exactly as it was when we like when we previously left. So yeah, it's 100% chance to open.
This explorer door is blessed
Wonderful.
with multifunctionality.
Activate the switch. Tech use.
Operation.
Auto pass
Keep your
everything.
wits about you.
There we go. This is the life now. Now we can just open everything. Use all the switches. I'm assuming each of these gets us, yeah, each of this gets us experience as
Always
well.
keep your eye on the price.
Okay, at the start of every combat, the wearer's allies gain deflection equal to the wearer's psi rating. Cool. Whenever the wearer performs an area attack, they instantly provoke attacks of opportunity from all adjacent enemies. The wearer gains toughness bonus temporary wounds for each attack of opportunity provoked by an area attack. Well, that could be really, really good, right? If you're somebody like Abelard, who has the ability to have the auto parry. Not the auto parry, but like the auto attack after a parry. So if they attack him, he then would attack back each of them. That's very interesting. And then what are these? Can I get rid of this? Alright, collect all. I just wanted to get rid of the tooltip that had popped up there. I think it was a grenade. Wraithbone grenades. Increases target psi rating. Ooh, interesting. Guess I should equip people with things. By people, I mean... yeah, you should probably have... Oh, go to the right person. Double check something here. That's fine. You should probably have these because you're the one who can use them. Let's go for some grenades here. Also going to give you some grenades. Cool. You don't really need them. You could have a grenade, I suppose. You probably won't use it, but you can have it.
I always keep my options open.
Let's see what else we got up here. It's Jai! Listen here, you bloody oaf. I need to get in to see your master. You shit-stained spawn of a Sekek and bilge rat. Let me in. The monster is looking at the frenzied Jay Hadari in cold silence. Hey, you hot pile of dung. Or you pile of hot dung. Yeah, you dumb ashmag. I'm talking to you. Jay Hadari's looks match her coarse speech. Disheveled, ratty, and bereft of all her jewellery and rakish glamour. Her eyes, locked on the gatekeeping monster, are brimming with fury and desperation, and her voice resembles a gruff bark. Here's the deal. I need to see your master. To take back what is mine, you hear me? He and I have unfinished business, and it doesn't concern you, and besides... Jai notices you and breaks off. Shireen, you're alive, you... She grits her teeth. Apologies, Malachi. One moment. She turns back to the monster. I'm with him. I only need 5 minutes. Don't be a sekek. The monster leans forward to take a closer look. The master said no. Only he is allowed. Go away. Oh, it looks like you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, you piece of... Jai breaks off, starts coughing, and throws her head back, drawing a laboured breath. To your surprise, you see living flesh where her neck implant should be, punctured by a narrow scar showing where the augment was once grafted to the woman's skin. Now listen here, you ugly mug. I have an offer to make, and you do well to take it. I'm gonna watch in silence. So, tell me what you want, you piss-brained ashmag. I can get you anything. Is it combat toxins, a new blade, a force sword, a poison dagger, or maybe a few bodies to play with? Jai lashes out in hysterical desperation. As I got your tongue, say something, damn you. Is it sex, gold, blood, weapons, sex and blood, weapons and gold? The monster's right hand reaches out for Jai's neck, but the left one intercepts it halfway. A click and the cloudy ooze from yet another jar seeps into the Hulk's backbone, causing it to twitch as if it had been electrocuted. The master forbade me to break. Go away. Jai dodges the rampaging beast and addresses you pleadingly. Malachi, Shireen, light of my eye, help a grunt out, will you? Or a friend, or whatever. I'll owe you one, and I always square up, you know it. I never weasel out of deals like this one. I'll pay you back in full. What happened to you? I was in there, you understand? Jai breaks off and helplessly points at the entrance to the homunculus's chamber. That is where he cut me. The many-armed ashmag took away my breath. He started cutting off my head and I was alive and conscious. I hung from the wires and watched what he did to my body. He took out the implant, the throat and the lungs, the whole thing. He grabbed a chunk of flesh, messed with it, sewed it into place, and everything came back. Jai is overcome by a hacking cough, flecks of blood on her hands, and when she draws them away from her... flecks of blood on her hands when she draws them away from her mouth. I'm dying, Malachi, dying again. Why? It is the Carcina, Shireen. Jai spits out a word and shuts her eyes as tight as if the world itself could hurt her. What is wrong with the homunculus giving you new organs instead of an implant? It is because they're not organs, they're shit. The mines left me with busted rags for lungs, and when the Carcina started, Jai sobs. I nearly died, Shireen. By the time I saved up enough for an implant, I was coughing up blood every day. I almost didn't make it. Now this Xenos Ashmag, the son of a starjackal and a blood-faced Drukhari slut, drew out a Carson out of my own flesh and shoved it back into my throat with some shitty organs he'd grown in a bloody jar. Seems we have much to discuss, Jai. Jai lowers her head. We sure do, Malachi. I guess the rip-roaring yarn about the princess from a desert planet won't cut it anymore. But I'm begging you. The woman raises her head and looks at you, eyes glistening with tears. Later, okay, I need to see the homunculus. I need my implant. Don't let me die the way the rest of the mine rats do. Not that way, Shireen. Any way but that. This woman is with me. Oaf clumsily scratches the fresh scar at the top of his head and concedes. Fine. The master permitted companions. She is a companion now. Oh, that's a lot of things that it says we lost? Okay. May the Exalted One shower you with blessings, Shireen. I always knew you were a decent sort. A bit out there, but not rotten. Jai bends over in yet another coughing fit and spits out a crimson-tinted clot. Oh, God, Zai, take me. I should move my arse while I should still carry it around. So we lost all of... That's just saying she no longer has all of her equipment. Okay. Gain experience and she gains death rattle. A terminal throat illness that slowly exhausts its victim. Meet. The master ordered that you be let through. When you approach, a few augmetics spring to life inside the monster's bulk. The injector hisses, filling its brood with compounds that cause its veins to bulge and its muscles to swell and twitch spasmodically. What kind of creature are you? Oh, okay. The monster snorts and puffs out a massive chest. I am an acothist, servant of Master Turvantius, his meat driver. What is an acothist? An augmented warrior is called a rack because the homunculus invades his nature like a conqueror, wrecks the mundanity, and creates perfection from whatever is left. An acothist is the superior among the racks, as well as the strongest and most frightening. What offences earned you this hideous transformation? Not offences, labours. I toiled to be granted this honour. I begged for it, and I received it. Well, perhaps it's the only way to survive in a frightening place like this, but you have my sympathy nevertheless. It is the weak who need sympathy. I am not weak. The roar is magnified by the echo inside the helm and hurts your ears. I'm just pulling your leg. The monster huffs strenuously, seems to be perplexed by the sophisticated nature of your social gambit. I have no more questions. I'm going to leave now, because we need to get Jai sorted. Also, we need to loot everything else and kill the commissar. Right, formation. Let's just do a little change here. It's going to be something like this, I think. Although we're kind of a medium-ranged one now, so it's something a little bit more like this, I guess. Okay, cool. Jai. Let's see what we got. So we got characteristic. Agility is the one that I see jumping out at me, but let's just see if there are any others. I think agility is the one we're going with, so let's go with that. And then we get one of these. Just seeing what we got, if there was anything obvious that pops out at me. Oh no, I guess we could get the, what's it, strongest together. That would give +5 to fellowship for everybody. Yeah. That would probably be fine. Let's say it's stronger together for now. Cool. Wonderful. So now everybody has slightly higher stats. Her perception is almost nothing due to death rattle. Wow. Okay. Her other stats are still good though. Is lovely. Cool. Right. Now time to go loot the rest of this.
Is there money to be made?
So I think there were a few things over here that we needed to tech use. Yes. We get the familiar sense of unreality. That's fine. Right. Ooh. Another one of those,
Rise to the
huh?
top or get left in the dust.
The ease at which the flyer took to the air suggests their body must be extremely light. Even small projectiles must pose a grave danger to them mid-flight or mid-air. Okay. Let's get this.
The machine gun grants me insight.
Activate the switch. Oh, we never actually equipped Jai as well. Oops, I should equip her. Ooh. That's a good knife. Aldari Ranger Sight. The wearer's Deadeye shot critical hits trigger exposed weakness against the affected enemy until the end of combat. Okay, interesting. Hand of Offense. The wearer's melee attack damage is increased by 3 times by psi rating. Ah, but nobody has any psi rating here.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Transport adorned with massive blades to make for a deadly weapon on the battlefield. Okay, cool. Jai. We're kind of looking for, I guess, some pistols for you. You can have one of the beggar's weapons. And maybe a... You don't really need another pistol. I guess you could have a las pistol anyway, just to have 2 pistols. The incubus clave seems interesting. Yeah, why don't you have that as your secondary? Okay. Your agility is still good, so we don't want to give you anything that lowers it. Here, I mean, you are an Aldari Ranger, so let's give you that. That's no use. This one, psi rating, area attack. Yeah, so we don't need any of that. That's fine. Okay. So she's now equipped. How did I do my formation? I think I did it wrong. No, that seems fine. Okay, never mind.
Keep your wits
I take it
about
back.
you.
This seems absolutely okay. More things I can open. There we go.
Operation
Grab that.
successful.
Another switch to use over here.
My success is
Okay,
irrefutable
more goods.
certainty.
Yeah, love it. Okay. So a lot of this is just like riches for us when we get out of here. I'm guessing
always
it's a
have a
way to get
backup
you
plan.
a rep boost with a rep, if that makes sense. Like, you're going to have more rep options at the end of this. So therefore they want to give you some goods to actually, you know, spend to get those. So that's what I think these are.
Is
Well,
there money
we'll
to
see.
be made?
Right. Along here. We're kind of doing another loop. I know we've just done a loop, but we're doing a loop to just before we met
always keep my options open.
Pascal again. Cool. So then we're going to go over here and we're going to go down to the mangled sector and get all the stuff down here that we missed. Wonderful. Why did this take us to the anatomical opera? This isn't where we're going. We're going to the mangled sector. Are you not able to go back to the mangled sector? No, this is the mangled sector. Okay. Interesting.
Let us
Right.
dawdle.
Grab this.
The machine god
Wonderful.
grants
So that gets us
insight.
Lawbringer, or one-handed melee weapon. Grants an additional ability that ends the attacker's turn, deals additional 30 machine damage with 50% armor pen. The wearer did not spend MP during their turn. They double their cover efficiency and half cover until the end of the wearer's next turn. When the wearer of this badge gains a stack of versatility, they also gain 3 momentum. Well, I know who that one's for. That is for you. The standing still one is obviously for you. Right now. That seems fine. And then the weapon. I mean, the club, I don't think is better than... Yeah, it's not better than the great... yeah, it's not better than the great sword, so I don't really know who it's for. It's nobody. I guess it's for us, now that I think about it. You know what we could do? We could take these off. Give ourselves... Well, switch these around. Give ourselves that, and then, like, the... Gift from Beyond the Grave. It's fine. So that gives us something to hit people with in melee range. And then you can actually have the second beggar's weapon as your secondary weapon. There we go. I think she does actually
Rise to
have...
the
I forget
top,
what it is, but
or
she
get
has a
left in
benefit
the
from having
dust.
2 pistols. Like, I think it's... if she gets something with 1 pistol, she can get a free shot for the other or something like that. Anyway. Makeshift Aquila looks somewhat pitiful, but evident diligence and passion that went into its creation speaks of the piety of its
Always
makers.
keep your eye on the prize.
Interesting. That uses a key, so we don't want to do that. Did we get the rest of the loot? I think we did, right?
I always have a backup plan.
Yeah, we got the loot from over there. There's all these beggars we can kill. Oh! Chithonos. What is that? This is like a weird secret boss? That's cool. Alright.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Oh yeah, it's one of these things.
The Emperor is with us!
Weird secret boss. Okay. Happy I went and had a look around. Right, so you can sit there. There? That seems better. You. Yes, so can I go in here? There. Yeah, we're trying to block off areas that you can move around. Jai? You're kind of going back a little bit here. Argenta, you're going to go... I'm going to put Argenta there, and I'm going to put Jai there. Where do we want to be? We kind of want to be around the back there with them, but we'll see. Alright, start the battle. Front line.
Who if not me?
We have the double. We do have double, so let's double the
I'll make it
bonuses.
happen.
I'm going to apply stronghold
I'll
stratagem.
see to it personally.
Backline can hit both of them. That's fantastic. Yeah, do it like
On
that.
it.
Then we're gonna go rear is here. That's actually perfect. I don't think we need overwhelming because I don't know really where that thing's gonna go. I don't know if she's gonna be able to shoot it from where she is. In which case, does it have any armor or... Yeah, it does have armor and dodge. So let's maybe stick some of this on
I'll make
it.
it happen.
I'm gonna use surefire
It's as
plan.
good as done.
I'm then gonna reduce its armor and dodge
I'll see to
by
it
quite a lot.
personally.
So it's now on 31 armor and 51 dodge. And then I guess we kind of want to go here. Yeah, shooting at it's not going to do an awful lot. Yeah, go there. I want you to go there and use
I don't
perfect
need
spot,
luck. I have
which will then give us
strategy.
cover efficiency. And increase our ballistic skill to make this a better shot.
Who if not me?
Nice. Did some damage to it. Oh, something happened when we did damage to it. It's melting. Oh, from us. Each attack reduces deflection by 1 and armor by 10%. What caused that to happen? So what's vital energy? Oh, it's just stronger. Okay. But yeah, what is it something that this weapon does? Does the trophy lad's gun melt people? Why is it melting? I don't know. Maybe it's something in here? Eject the flesh 5? No. Attack more than once per turn? Don't know. But it might also be... Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, I was going to say it may also do psychic stuff, which
I'll
we've
be
seen there.
back
Ow.
in no time.
He's alive.
Hey, now's not the time to lie around.
He's dead. Oh, wait, he comes back, right? Next turn. Okay. Why is reload on here? I don't need either of these on here. These are weird that they're even there. Anyway, let's figure out where we're going to start. Obviously, you're our prey, so we might as well do that so we can get prey bonuses.
If I must.
Like, that's just an obvious. We can make it a crit, but it's going to be a crit anyway. What's the bonus that we get for having it be a Deadeye shot? It triggers Expose Weakness, which will then reduce its... So Expose Weakness is what we did to it here. So it's not really going to do very much. All it would do is save us 1 AP, effectively. Let's analyze enemy.
If it serves your cause.
Okay, I don't know if this stacks, actually. Call the bold.
I understand your intent.
Shoot it.
No weakness is
Nice.
hidden from my sight.
Did that do anything with the exposed weakness? Did that? So it's got Let's Expose Weakness on there. I think it just replaces, so it might actually have been better to leave it where it was. Anyway, that's fine. Followed by Claim the Bounty.
I am not your Xenos pet. My ancestors guide me.
Nice. Okay, good turn. Jai. Mark it as our target, although we're not going to kill it, so there's no point in marking it as a target, right? No. Inspire. No, I think what I want to do... Just thinking of my order. No, I do want to inspire first here. So, inspire Urlet.
Don't get too cocky.
Then buffer
You've got a
stats.
problem, I've got a price.
Then give her another turn. Okay. Then claim the bounty and shoot. Yeah.
This tedium is beneath me.
Nice. And then claim the bounty.
Fortune favors the
Okay.
swift.
Devitalization. That gave it another turn. Okay. Not good.
This sacrifice will forge our way to victory.
What is devitalization? Me realizing I should have read it. Gains stuff until the end of combat bonus suffers. If the creature is targeted by this ability a second time, they die. So it heals and gains 10 ballistic skill, weapon skill, and damage till the end of combat. This bonus stacks. If the target suffers a 50% penalty to ballistic skill, weapon skill, strength, and toughness, or agility, or the target suffers that. If the target is targeted for a second time, it dies. Does that mean if we trigger this a second time, it dies? I'm not entirely sure what the rules are here. Okay, doesn't matter. I mean, unless it was aggressive. No, it's just attacks more than once per turn. I don't see what caused it to have another turn, but I think it's similar to the chaos spawn that we saw earlier in the game. I just don't know which exact buff it is. That's fine. Anyway, end turn. Ah, now we can give her another turn. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Although, wait, that's a desperate measure, right? Yeah, don't use a desperate measure. End your turn. Right, get up here. Switch to that weapon.
God Emperor,
Go.
move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Let's try and
Faith
raise our
without
resolve,
deeds is worthless.
which we did very slightly. I think we start with devastating attack,
As the Emperor commands, I act.
then go into just fire on it.
For you, my Emperor!
Okay. We're then gonna run and gun. We're then gonna switch weapon. Do a single attack. Oh. Yeah, he got another turn. Ow.
Machine rumbles on all Vox frequencies.
We're then gonna switch weapon.
You should have fought better.
We're gonna activate confident
Doubt
approach.
is for the weak. As the
Wildfire.
Emperor commands, I act.
Then we're gonna fire.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
We killed it! The biomechanical creature is flailing its limbs faintly. Its body is broken and bears the signs of combat, but it seems no one is planning to repair it. You can see the glistening flesh under the cracked carapace and the bunches of wires that permeate it. The armor plates rise heavily and the creature emits a wistful, creaking sigh of regret. The claw on Pascal's mechadendrite clangs loudly. The visor emits a series of clicks, switching the observation spectrum. Pascal's hands automatically reach for the combi tool in his belt, even as his eyes closely watch the dying creature. Examine it. Every limb of the creature, the hard ones on skeletal paws and the flexible ones on metallic cords, is equipped with a variety of implements similar to surgical tools. The jagged circular saws, twisted drills, and vibrating monoscalpels promise unbearable pain. You can clearly see the inside of the mechanism through the holes in its armor. Its gut can drag a hamstring victim inside. Once the victim finds themselves in the monster's stomach, they will be pierced with injectors that will liquefy them. The substance will drain to the reservoirs at the tail end of the creature. Can you understand me? The creature emits a series of wheezing sounds. Was it an answer, moans of agony, or just a normal rumbling of its mechanism? There is no way to tell. It is trying to communicate. The creatures in this place only understand the language of pain, Shireen. Let's smash its head in before something happens that we can't undo. What are you? The creature responds with a series of choking and snarling sounds. After a moment, as if realizing its language is not clear to you, extends a fighting limb in your direction in a menacing gesture. The message is clear. I am a warrior. I am a killer. This is an engine of pain, Owlcat, an executioner created by the depravity of my twisted cousins, living flesh fused to a mechanism whose sole purpose is to inflict as much pain as it can. Rolette's face is contorted with bitterness and disgust. The Dark Ones are caught in a cycle of torment, desperately seeking pleasure in the suffering of others. This machine is but an instrument of their endless desire, a symbol of what they are willing to do to slake the thirst and fear that consumes them. I will not hurt you anymore. The creature's servo motors howl as they send the last remaining energy to into its body. One of the limbs lunges at you, but the charge is not enough for the strike to reach its target. End the unusual exchange. Something bursts in the creature's gut with a quiet squelch, and a puddle of oily ichor spreads from under its belly. Pascal, would you like to study this device? Request approved. Pascal eagerly unfolds his mechadendrites, and they all rush towards the monster. A shrieking drill cuts deep into the armor, while a claw hungrily snaps off chunks of flesh pierced with strands of metal wire. The creature thrashes and wheezes, but cannot escape the merciless vivisection. The collected samples are sent into a portable analyzer, and the tech priest's visor clicks, recording the procedure in picked images. Pascal suddenly freezes and takes a step back. Process interrupted. An operational collision has been detected. What's this machine built for? Presenting a hypothesis. The construct is a mobile execution chamber. A subject is highly immobilized by the implements placed inside the construct and subjected to highly painful disposal via chemical injection. The biological remains are preserved in the built-in reservoir of the construct. The initial chemical analysis of the remains yields an abnormal result. The Vox emits a clanging metallic noise. It is as if the pain of the victims of this machine is dissolved in them. It is circulating in the metal veins of this creature. It can feel everything. The nature of the damage indicates that the unit has been in combat. I hypothesize that its constructor sent it into the arena. Based on its current condition, the result of the combat test was unsatisfactory. Otherwise, the unit would have been repaired. What made you stop? This unit is under the influence of conflicting impulses. The operational vector of the cognition dictates that the necessity of studying this subject. The operational vector of obeying the Omnissiah and his universal laws dictates the necessity of recoiling from the subject and purifying it. The operational vector of adoration before his might dictates the necessity of reverence for the subject where the natural spirit resides in the synthesis with that of the machine. Is this thing more than a perversion and an outrage to you? The categorization is correct. This object is a perversion and an outrage, one dangerously close to the creation of the anathemous, abominable intelligence. But it is also a miracle of his boundless polymorphism. Pascal's voice carries a metallic note. If you think this thing is alive, you may end its suffering. We're not taking it with us. Yeah, you may end its suffering. Request approved as doctrinally correct. Pascal leans over the creature and the drill whirs, its sound even, soothing, and right. The tech priest's voice vibrates with shrill, otherworldly frequencies. Let the cycle be discontinued. Let your suffering be discontinued.
Who even taught you to fight like this?
Keep your wits
I
about
just love the random shout from Abelard here. Also, he managed to get out of that without an injury. How did he do that? Anyway. Life Sunderer. Two-handed ranged weapon, exotic. Attacks with Life Sunderer grant 50% to over-penetration. And the Chthonus' Pain Converter. Devours its victim's suffering and converts it into energy. It's another thing. Like, it's another I don't think the right word. It's another key item.
I always keep my
That's
options
interesting.
open.
Why do we have another key item? Also, why is our athletics no longer at 100 to get over here?
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
It's almost like Abelard has had his toughness lowered. Not toughness, his strength lowered again. He does have a crippled leg. It's just not showing up on the list. I see. Yeah, we do kind of want to fix that. Hey, can you, where are we? One of these. Wait, you're the large medkit on you? How did you manage to get away with that? Wait a second. Does he have his old stuff that we had equipped before? This isn't what he had equipped. Wait a second. Wait a second. The game bugged out. He's got his old equipment. Okay. I'm a little worried about that. Now, I did read something in the patch notes, right? Just because it was the top level patch notes. It said in chapter 3 they added something
left in the dust.
that would automatically re-equip your characters at the end of Act 3 with what they had beforehand. Do you think that Pascal, by any chance, just automatically re-equipped what he had? The heavy greatsword is here. Wait, what else did he have? I think that he did, yeah. Wait a second, so did Abelard. If you die, you get your old equipment back. Oh. I see. That's interesting. There's not really a lot we can do about that.
Is there money to be made?
That's a bug. That's a worrying bug. Luckily, the equipment did go back into our inventory, so at the very least that part works. I'm just hoping that everyone else can get their equipment back. That would be lovely. Okay. I think we've done a full circuit. Let's go kill the commissar. Yeah, sounds like a plan. But yeah, he now has all of his stuff back. Oh, I guess I should just remove the thing anyway. Sorry, I forgot to do this part.
Sacred technology breaks my heart. Figuratively speaking, my cardiovascular augmentation can withstand much more.
I think this is the one we're looking for.
The healing is much appreciated.
So he now has no negatives on there. So his strength is back to where it was. Yeah, okay. Good.
I always have a backup
Well,
plan.
I think... Wait, did it remove all? Yes, apart from stolen time, but that's fine. Right. Back over here.
Let us not dawdle.
Yeah. Weirdness happening here. I get the feeling they fixed it without truly working through all the possibilities here. You know what it probably does? It probably at some point in Act 3, right towards the end, as its way of like ending it, takes away control of characters or something. And when you're dead, maybe it does the same effect, like it takes away control of the character. I think it's something like that. And then that causes it to be like, well, your character's lost control, therefore you must have ended the act. They just didn't think anyone would actually die in the act. Or they didn't test it. Well, someone just said something, but we couldn't see because it was off to the side. My brothers and sisters, it is time to meet you to meet our greatest ally, rogue trader Malachi von Valancius himself, as part of the resistance. I ask you, how can we fail with someone so mighty fighting on our side? The maleficent Xenos have already tried to kill him in the arena, yet their efforts were for naught. The Emperor protects. The Commissar gives his inspirational speech while looking you directly in the eye without a shred of shame. His words draw smiles of amazement and exultation from the people around him. You have never seen any of them before. Traitor, you condemned him to death, and you lied to us, and now have come to exact retribution. The Commissar's smile becomes unpleasant. Sister Argenta, what are these accusations I'm hearing? Could it be that the horrors of combat have rattled you so? Have you been so blinded by the ensuing madness? He adds a well-measured dash of pointed suspicion to his voice. Or has our cunning enemy poisoned your mind with some wicked influence? I shall be the one to dispense justice at the time of my pleasing. That's got a very low chance of success. Okay. Or gesture at the resistance fighters. Argenta, stop, or else those who do not know the whole truth may suffer. I'll be the one to dispense justice at the time of my choosing? Sure. As you will, Argenta sighs grimly. She glares at the Commissar and says with conviction, We are not finished here, Ioko Sotni. This is not a pardon, merely a sentence stayed. I'm looking for Maestro of Flesh. Who do you suppose that is? How poetic. I don't think I know anyone who goes by that moniker. Although, when you say Maestro, I immediately thought of the Anatomical Opera. That fancy title sounds like it would fit Tervantius, the Arch Machinator. Or Machinator. Wait, Malice is alive? Wait a second, where is Malice? Wait, it says nod at Malice? Was it not our intention to kill him? The Viper is surprisingly hard to kill. He's chock full of life support augments. I figured a new pet would be a nice bonus to claiming victory and having the dead back. Besides, new recruits need a target to practice their aim on, right? Oh, there he is. Malice looks horribly maimed. One of his arms has almost been ripped off and is now hanging by sinew alone. His acidic voice, however, is the same as before and so is the bloodthirsty gleam in his eyes. Just their aim? What about their close combat skills? Let me out, make me suffer, pit me against 3 of yours, 5 of yours, unarmed. Good entertainment for your people, is it not? Okay. He is my trophy, you know, not yours. Hand him over. Hey now, why don't we take turns torturing him instead? I'm not greedy. The Emperor doesn't like people who are. I was trying to think of, like, potentially we can still use them to get the maggot out of our head. I have questions about you personally. I've got nothing to hide. There can be no foibles in a disciplinary officer's past and present. The commissar winks at you. Who are you really? What do you mean by that? Are you asking what my name is? It's Ayoko Sotsuki. I didn't lie about that. You want to know my trade? I've got none. I was born in a hive that was suffocating from overpopulation. All I did my whole life was just survive, using whatever means fate would throw my way. Do you want to know who I serve or who I believe in? Myself and myself. No one else. Maybe you meant to ask what my calling is. That would have been an interesting question indeed. I think I may be an artist at heart. A beaming smile lights up the commissar's face. How did you come to be in Komarag? They were forming an Astra Militarum regiment on my planet. Thousands of morons bought the commissar's grok shit about rations and a glorious duty that is protecting the Imperium. I wasn't one of them, of course. However, it turned out that those thousands of volunteers weren't enough. That's when the planet's governor conscripted the entire population of 17 hive levels, everyone who was of age. I lived on one of those levels. That's how I became a soldier, or to be specific, how I joined the Penal Legion. Our regiment was branded from the start for some heinous act committed by one of our dead predecessors. When they left us to die at the hands of the Drukhari, I decided I'd eaten enough crap out of the Imperium's hand. I beat our commissar to death, convinced my unit to surrender, and that's how I ended up here. You look like you're enjoying yourself here in Komarag. You'd be surprised. You're the rogue trader here. You're the one whose former life was sweeter than this one. But for a commoner like me, our beloved Imperium is just as much of a deadly, treacherous, deceitful place where everyone wants to use and kill you. The only difference is, nobody here demands that you jump for joy about the way things are. So yeah, I like this place more than my former world. I have no more questions. What do you think these people will do if I tell them what your true business is? Care to find out? Let's see who they believe. Their brother in arm who promises them an expeditious escape, or an highborn loudmouth without a concrete plan. You traitorous maggot. The commissar makes a placating gesture and lowers his voice. Yes, yes, you got me. I'm a traitorous maggot. Just keep it down, will you? The commissar lets out an abrasive laugh. Well, I can understand your frustration. For such a famed figure to have fallen for such a simple trap, why, if this word of this traveled as far as the tales of your former accomplishments, your good name would be ruined. Your illustrious glory made you famous far beyond the bounds of your home system. Uh-huh. Wait. we got a new set of questions? Why do you send people to the arena? The commissar shrugs. Just trying to be useful. The witch cult of fatal thirst enjoys this little show I've put on. Healings don't amuse them all that much. They want something more flavorful. Those people think they're just a step away from salvation, and then they realize where they are. The combination of despair, pain and betrayal, horror and broken hopes adds a spice to their death agonies. So I provide that spice to the witches, and they give me equipment, food, and protection. Yes, that means my work is appreciated. Tell me more about the arena. Arenas are the wellspring of life in this heinous place. The Drukhari are forced to feed on psychic energy born of pain and fear, else they wither and degrade. That's why they go to these gladiatorial arenas. They're like feasts where the Drukhari stuff themselves with people's suffering, and the witch cults are the rulers of these bloody carousels. The chasm is the turf of the cult of the Fatal Thirst, which is led by 3 succubi, Tazara, Kakaros, and Sinisthoria. Kakaros is typically the one in charge of the arena fights, while Tazara goes and raids to harvest new fighters. But it's no secret that Sinisthoria is the most fearsome and powerful of the 3. She is the one who forged the alliance between the cult and the Reaving Tempest, though for some reason she has been avoiding the spotlight recently. How did you manage to work out a deal with the witches? I happened to find myself in the arena, and I did whatever I could to survive, which entertained the audience quite a bit. One of the witches, Tazara, took notice of me. She found me and said I could serve them either with my brains and charisma or with my blood and guts. Except Tazara seems to have forgotten all about me. Well, that's because we killed her. Would Malice have dared to make a move if she hadn't? She must have grown bored. Sooner or later, they become bored of everything. Now I'm trying my best to win back her favor. I already have a few ideas for new little stage plays. Are you even a real commissar? He laughs, looking pleased. Of course not. I can tell from experience that they want to beat the brains and imagination out of commissars during training. I was a nobody from a penal legion of the Astra Militarum. But I did beat a commissar to death with a spade and take his uniform. Does that make me something of a commissar in your eyes? He chuckles in amusement. What did Malice do to cross you? I want the truth. He robbed me of what was mine. When that scaled freak realized I'd been left without a patron, he brought his gang to my this den, and took it away. And my arena portal with it. Then he went on grazing my pastures and snatching new arrivals who were supposed to be mine. What do you intend to do now? Actually, you know what? Tazara is dead. I killed her. Damn it, I'll miss her patronage, though the same can't be said of her high-handed manner and her habit of using sharp objects to bring fun to any conversation. Well, we'll just have to win over a new patroness. The commissar smiles nonchalantly. What do you intend to do now? I'll keep supplying the arena. Without Malice around, all human captives will be mine to collect, and I'll have plenty of material to delight our gracious host with. I believe you have a problem. I survived. Is that a problem? You're not going to, I don't know, kill me, are you? That would be most unwise. Malice used to be the one who could get you things to survive, but now I've taken over. If you kill me, he will supply you with good weapons, stimulants, armor. How about a deal? You take part in my show, and I give you access to the stores of the Resistance. You keep your mouth shut and the finger off the trigger. Well, no. I think. Yeah, I'm not going to pardon you. No. I'm just looking at all of these. I think all of these are no. Afraid I'll kill you after all. This is personal. But this liar serves as Enos. I'm afraid I will kill you after all. This is personal. The commissar fixes his cap with surprising composure and purposefulness. That's a shame. We could have become allies. My brothers and sisters in arms have been betrayed. To battle. Let us spill the blood of he who obeys the unhallowed whims of Xenos. For the Emperor.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
I will take you down.
Yeah, I guess we are killing all of these guys. It's not the best thing in the world, but I did feel saying it was personal was more correct for us. That's why I did it. When does the commissar gets to go after these two? Okay, working out where we need to stand. We're gonna go here for now. Argenta, I'm thinking like here for you. I'm thinking here for you. Even though you get half cover bonuses, this I still think is good. Although maybe even like I can't go there. Maybe there's a lot of places you can't go due to people being next to them. How about here? You see that guy from there? I think so. If not, we can move. That's fine. Pascal goes much later. Kind of looking to put him here as a blocker against that zealous thug. You again, we're kind of look. I kind of want to leave you where you are actually, because we can't actually move you. Like we can't move you into another one of these positions. So we might as well leave you where you are, and then we'll let Jai have that spot. Yeah, start the battle. So, let's do we have the double? We do have double. Let's do frontline here. Combat locust stratagem to double the bonuses. Armor. Rear is going to hit both of them. Back line is going to go here. Okay. We'll have overwhelming stratagem on this one. Okay, what else do we need? Anything else? Maybe. Yeah, we can just kind of fire over here, I suppose. Just kind of in this general direction. But, yeah, I don't know if that's actually going to hit the people we want it to hit. Could fire this way. This looks good. Okay. So I need 2 for the firing. Let's raise our ballistic skill. Also raises our cover efficiency for our position. Surefire plan.
Me?
Then fire.
I'll make it happen.
1 down. Okay. Argenta. First of all, use Furious Recital. Gets us momentum based on the people around us, which is a lot of people. Then we're going to burst fire in this direction. Do we need to do anything before we do that? No.
I'll do it. You, my emperor!
Okay. Good wildfire. Is wildfire going to get any cheaper?
As
no.
the emperor commands, I act.
Wildfire. And then continue firing in this direction. Okay. We now do confident approach.
Is worthless.
Could run and gun and shoot again. Let's do that. I want to try and get a kill here. I'm more worried about getting a kill than I am about stacking versatility. Right, then fire again.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
There we go. 2 dead. Now we can revel in slaughter for free. Wonderful. That seems good. Here. What we want to do is we want to set prey. Be the commissar.
If I must.
Then we're just going to set some other random ones as prey. So this thug.
If it serves your cause.
Probably that thug as well.
I understand your intent.
Okay. Then we are going to call the bolt
is beneath me.
And take a shot.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Nice. We can now do more shots on him here. Let's put extra stacks on him. And then do one of these.
If it serves your cause.
Missed! Oh, okay then. Commissar's turn. Did almost nothing. Oh, protect me brings them in close. Oh, that's fine.
Follow my lead.
Okay. That's alright. Abelard. Gain stacks. Gain stacks. Sets your sword enemy. Hits him.
I will do my duty.
Nice.
Indeed.
Then also counterattack.
Victory
and
is
increase
imminent.
deflection of people nearby him.
Hold on.
Oh, you destroyed my cover.
Here we go.
Damage is negligible.
Let's get to it. Quick, this way. Quick.
Okay. Gal didn't get a turn. Guess he was stunned or something. That's fine. Figuring out if we've got a target that can be killed this turn. Yeah, maybe this one. There we go. Then we are going to boost Argenta
Don't get too
stats.
cocky.
We're then going to use Inspire on Argenta. We're then going to give her another
Tell me,
turn.
and it is done.
Right.
Faith
Dash over
without
here.
deeds is worthless.
That's the one we're aiming to kill. That looks like that'll work. Do it.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated.
That increases her stats by 5.
Judgment.
Nice. We can then use Firearm Mastery, but we'll do that in a second. Let's end her turn. Actually, you know what? We'll Finest Hour instead.
Wanna see a trick?
Right. Revel
I'll
and
do
Slaughter. Now we can start looking around a little bit here. Switch weapon. Kill.
As the Emperor commands.
Right. Switch weapon. Just looking to see if we've got anyone else we can burst here. Maybe over this way? Yep. Okay. It's not going to hit any of our side. So, fire.
Faith without deeds is each strike is a prayer.
Nice. So now we could Firearm Master if we wanted to. Let's now... Run and gun doesn't get us anything, does it? Because we can already fire. Yeah, now we switch weapon. Fire.
Eradicated.
Firearm. We switch to this one. Firearm
Power
Mastery.
resides in the will of the righteous.
Can I use my other weapon? Just out of curiosity. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Fire.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Then here.
As the Emperor commands. This is
And
unacceptable.
then again.
Eradicated.
Okay.
I will not.
Then again.
I refuse.
Then again.
Doubt is for the weak.
Excuse me. Then again.
I'll do it.
Then
Faith
again.
without deeds is. This is why I was chosen.
Then again.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay. Now the rest... Oh, we've got Misfit back here still? Wait, where's the Misfit? That guy's quite far away. Okay, they're just out of range. Okay. Then here. Then again.
Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
Another one down. Then again.
This is why I was chosen.
Then again.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh no! Alright, then again.
I'll do it.
Okay. We have enough momentum to get another
This is
heroic act
unacceptable.
after all that. Right, then dash away into the extra dodge area. Cool. That was a good turn, I'd say. You don't really need to do anything.
I can't stand it.
This guy's like, I'll just stay over there. That'll be safer for me. Alright, I'm just going to end my turn. We can just spam Revel and Slaughter a couple times here if we wanted to. Let's go up this way. Dash our way in.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Okay. Then, fire.
As the Emperor commands, this is none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Wonderful.
Doubt is for the weak.
I'm just going to spam Revel. I was just going to spam Revel and Slaughter a
do
little
it.
bit, but we can now run and gun out here.
The enemies of the Emperor will be
Switch weapon.
undone.
Wait, did another thing spawn in over here somewhere? Yeah, another Misfit spawned in. Oh well. Kill. Wildfire.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Kill.
I'll do it. Eradicated.
Nice.
I am
Steady
his
superiority.
will made manifest.
Fire.
Faith without deed.
Yeah, so it turns out you only need Argenta. What are we doing here? So, who's in charge now? The rogue trader is, you idiot. Kneel all of you, hail his lordship von Valancius. Well, that's good. Oh, he's not dead? What? Oh, this just becomes our base. Oh, I see. Wait a second, let me just check some equipment. No, it doesn't automatically give them all their equipment. Although I do wonder whether the arsenals here actually have, you know, our equipment in them. That'd be interesting. Anyway, I guess given that we're in a safe zone now, this is a good point to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.